Hi. So right now we're gonna have a nice little talk about wanting your ex to basically feel sorry for you and trying to manipulate your ex to feel sorry for you so they will go back to you, stay with you, whatever your intention is. So let's talk about where is this coming from and why is this coming? Why is this happening? Okay. So you might have noticed, and this is not going to be the case for everyone, of course. It's not like a general problem. Uh, it happens with certain people, and with some of them, it happens with every single ex. So every time someone wants to leave them or someone leaves them, they will go down this route. This is mostly the case. Sometimes it will only be sometimes, but usually it will be their usual reaction to, abandonment, let's say it like that. Okay, so basically, if this is you, okay, I'm gonna just kind of talk to you because it's hard for me, to just hypothetically talk. So let's imagine you're doing this, and maybe you are, maybe you're not. Um, but if you listen to this, I'm guessing you are, obviously. So if this is you, what you're doing is it's kind of a reaction you have. It's not like you do it very deliberately. It's not like you're a bad person. It's not that you're trying to manipulate something, consciously, but you are, So you're trying to make them stay. You don't want them to leave, obviously. And for some reason, which we're going to explain, don't worry, you're choosing to play this big victim so they would feel sorry for you and stay with you out of pity. So what people do in this situation is all sorts of stuff. It can be extreme and less extreme. I've heard people, lying that they are sick, that they have cancer, women lying they're pregnant, people just like lying something happened to them and this is why they acted like they acted. All sorts of scenarios. Okay, so basically you're gonna either tell a lie or you're just gonna beg or do something else. But the point is you're gonna try to play the pity card. Now, why are you doing this? Obviously you have a huge fear of abandonment. I mean, we all do have fear of abandonment. Let's not lie. Let's not present it like the manifestation community does. Like, oh, you have this fear of abandonment. Like it's like something unusual. We all have that. Nobody likes to be left. Nobody likes to go through a breakup. Nobody's like, oh, fine, you're breaking up with me, great. Nobody is like feeling really good after a breakup. It's just not something that people do unless, of course, they are psychopaths and other conditions, but, we're not that. So we're not gonna talk about that. So basically everybody has this fear. You having this fear is nothing unusual. You're not crazy. It's a normal fear that humans do have. However, your reaction to the abandonment is where the problem lies. Because nobody, like I said, nobody likes when someone tells them, look, I'm breaking up with you. Nobody will be happy. Okay, maybe someone who wanted to get out of a relationship, but in case you didn't and you wanted to stay with the person and you love the person and you see the future with the person, in that case, nobody will be happy and everybody will, have a certain reaction. But a healthy individual, and by healthy, I'm not saying you're sick, okay? I mean like healthy, attached individual, a secure individual. I just use the term healthy. I don't mean it in an offensive way to anyone. So an individual that is in control of their emotions, basically, that's like in its power, in his power, her power, their power, okay, they're gonna just simply, they're gonna feel sad, they're gonna obviously be heartbroken, but they're not gonna try to manipulate the ex, they're not gonna beg, they're not gonna plead, maybe they're gonna try to talk it over, although that also doesn't really work, but not in a manipulative way. Or they're gonna give them space and time that they need, and maybe later, they're gonna talk or something, they're gonna text them, whatever. But a person that is really, really insecure, and here we come to this issue, will do this type of games. Let's call them games. This type of trying to manipulate the person, trying to get pity, playing the, oh, they're gonna feel sorry for me card. I'm a victim, they have to stay with me. So doing this, if you're doing this, right, let's just say you are, obviously, because you are deeply insecure. So you think, and this is obviously subconsciously, you're not aware of this, but what you're thinking is basically, I need to make them feel sorry for me, because if I don't, they will not stay with me, because on my own, by myself, like me as I am, I don't deserve love. I don't deserve them to stay. Me, just by myself, without this made up disease, or this made up issue or whatever, I'm not enough on my own, for them to stay with me, for them to come back to me. So I'm not special enough, and I need to make up, right? Made up. Sorry, it's not my first language. Again, I apologize, but I need to make up this whole story, or this whole illness, or whatever it is, this whole excuse, just so I can have them back. So basically what you're saying is that you're not enough, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, because you, just like you are not good enough, and you need to go down this route where you're trying to make them feel sorry for you, where you're trying to get pity, because you as a person, as an individual, are not good enough for them to stay with you. So you're going to add these additional things. And basically this is why people are doing things like that. It does not mean anything's wrong with them. It does not mean that they are sick or twisted, or I don't know, because often the exes will kind of think they're not normal, because they made up something. But basically, they were just doing it out of their wounds, out of their own insecurities. So it's just an issue of self-esteem, okay? Like pretty much all of the things that are blocking your spells are to do with self-esteem. It all comes from you, and you are the secret to most of your issues, right? So this is a thing, again, connected with low self-esteem. So you just don't, and you may not be aware of it, because I often talk to clients and they're like not aware of this issue at all in the beginning until we kind of get deeper. So you may not even be aware of it, but I promise you, this is why this is happening. Internally, subconsciously, deep inside, you don't think you're good enough. You don't think you're enough. You don't think you're worthy. You don't think that you deserve this person, that you deserve love. And this is why you're trying to manipulate things. This is why you're trying to create these stories, these lies, whatever it is that you're doing, right? Because you need something to aid you to get them back, because they will not go back to you for you. You need to make something up so they will go back to you for that reason, because you're sick, because I don't know, they feel sorry for you, whatever it is. I can't get into every scenario, as I always say, but you just don't think they will go back for you. So you basically don't think that they find you worthy enough, or that they find love you enough, or anything. And this is because you don't think you deserve these things. And this is the only reason this is happening. So you play this big victim in front of them, because if you're a victim, then they will feel sorry and they will go back to you. But if you are yourself, as you are, they will not go back to you. That's your conclusion. So you need to find another route to get them back, because just you on your own can't get them back. And this is like a huge problem, right? And I know some people that just do this in every single relationship. When things go downwards, they just go into this victim play every single time, because it's always the same thing. They never feel they're worthy enough for their ex to choose them, to want them, to come back to them. They never think they're worthy enough, so they always go down this route. So obviously, if it's happening with multiple people, it's clearly you. It can't be all of those people making you do these things, right? So this also, of course, blocks the spell and is very unattractive, because I just don't understand why people think that this works. It might work once, or here and there, but permanently it's very unattractive. It has very needy and desperate energy, and it will repulse the person from you. If they do, stay with you for a while longer because they feel sorry for you, they're gonna lose all of that respect they have for you, because now you are sending this horrible energy, this chasing, needy, desperate energy that's just repulsive to them. Okay, so this cannot work. Okay, I don't understand why people are doing this, because it obviously number one can't work, because you are just in a low vibration when you do this. When you're in the victim mentality, you are vibrating very low, and that is not attractive, that is not appealing, that cannot attract anyone or anything. Okay, having that cleared out, another thing. Do you really want someone to be with you because they think you're pathetic? Think about that. Think about that. Like, do you want someone who wants you for you and thinks you're amazing and all of those things? Or do you want someone who is just with you because they feel sorry for you? That's also a proof of a very low vibration if you want that, okay? So, I'm just trying to clear this up for everyone. I don't want anyone to be thinking that I'm doing this to, I don't know, tell you you're so bad. Or I don't think you're bad if you do this. I understand why you're doing this. But your ex will not. They're just going to be repulsed, okay? And they're going to think you are pathetic and that you are not normal. That's what people think when these things happen. It's their reaction. Okay, so having said that, how to fix it? Yeah. So, again, same as most things that we talk about on this channel, the same process. Follow the instructions. Focus on you. Get to love you, like really fall in love with yourself, because you are worthy. And when you focus more on you and you work on your self-esteem and you realize some things about you, you're gonna think of yourself as someone worthy. You're gonna just automatically start, because there is no point if you're just gonna fake this, because a lot of people think they have confidence and they do think they're worthy, but they deeply actually don't, and their actions are proving that they don't think so in reality, because they haven't done the work properly. So faking it is not working, because fake vibrations are low vibrations. They're not high vibrations. You really need to do the work. And I don't know, I might do some little workshops to help you along with it, because I know you're struggling with it. And even, sometimes I have clients that I'm constantly talking to, and explaining things, and then I just see that they are still in that low vibration, that they just are still focusing on the ex, not on them. They're still entertaining all the negative thoughts. They're not just letting them be. They're actually entertaining them. They're really, really analyzing them. And I can just see it from the things they tell me. They don't, and they are not even aware what they're doing for the most part. So I'm thinking of doing some little workshops, some little exercises to make it easier, because I'm aware it's really, really difficult once you are in such low vibration and in such victim mentality. Some people, we're not all the same, like I always say. Some people definitely really quickly grasp on it and just get on the higher vibrations. I've seen it a lot of times, and that's always like wow to me, because when I was in a low vibration and victim mentality when I was young, for like my whole childhood, pretty much, most of my childhood, and high school even, I never it took me, I was young, and there were no informations about this back then. It was the 90s still, early 2000s, and there were no informations about this at all. So I needed to figure it out all by myself. So that's one of the reasons why it took me so long, and being super young as well. But I also think that I'm just one of those people that do need more time with this type of thing, and I am an empath. I am a bit more sensitive, so it took me really long as well. So I'm not trying to say that if you're having trouble with it, something's wrong with you at all, because it took me really long as well, and I totally understand it. And that is why I actually know how hard it can be, because I went through it. And I'm just really trying to help the best I can. But I will try even harder. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna try even harder. We can do this, guys. Don't worry. We can get you back on the high vibration. You will be okay. I promise. I will really, really do the work. Okay, but you have to do the work as well, not just myself. So let's just go through this again. So the reason why you're trying to get your ex back, with them feeling sorry for you or with some sort of manipulation, is because you don't think you're worthy to get them just with being you. So basically, in other terms, what it means is that you don't think you're good enough or enough to be with this person, or with any person for that matter. You don't think you're good enough, basically, and you need to fix that. You need to see that you are good enough. You need to love yourself, and you need to focus on yourself and not on others, because this is you. You are very important. Okay, hope this helps. Let me know if it does. Let me know if it doesn't and you need more help. Bye.